Welcome to the Path to Purpose interview show, where we share our unique and universal stories about finding and fulfilling our purpose. My name is Katja, and I'm your host and mentor for Lightworkers. My intention for this show is to inspire you on your path to purpose. Today, I have a pleasure to interview my fellow co-author from Teach Your Expertise book, Ahulani, who is a Renaissance woman. She's a mother, a grandmother, environmental lawyer, children's rights advocate, artist, writer, and master healer. For over 30 years, she has devoted herself to helping people awaken their true potential and divine expression. Let's find out more about her and her path, and I will also ask the best tip on discovering our true potential. So let's get started. Welcome, Ahulani. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here too, Katja. And when you were listing that list of things I've been, and there's more, I realized part of a description of a Renaissance woman is someone who is unclear on their purpose. Like, you know, I think it reflected my, even though there's a thread through it all, I didn't see it at the time. So I love being here and hoping that I can be of support to your audience.
And I know you do a lot. There was a lot of things you have done in the past and what you focus on now. So could you please tell us a little bit more about you and also share where you're located so that we can put you on the map?
Oh, what a good idea. Okay, well, I'll start with that. I'm in Northern California. I'm on the move. I don't know where I'm going next, but in September, I'll be somewhere else. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I'm a traveler and a mover arounder, so that'll be fine with me. And what was the other question you wanted to know?
Sharing something more about you.
Okay.
What put you on this path? Because being a lawyer and then being a master healer, that doesn't always come with the same package.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'd be curious to know a little bit of your path. Was there a special event that led you to this path?
Yeah, I think we all have many, not everybody has many, but I think most of us have many signs along the way of our path. I was someone who, from the time I was a little girl, was saying, what am I going to be? What am I going to be? What am I going to be? And I was a very good girl, so I tried to be things for other people. I thought that was the way. I thought, you know, when my father said, that's it, then I would do that. So I became a lawyer because my neighbor across the hall said she was a mom and she couldn't be a lawyer. So why don't you be a lawyer? So that's how bizarre and how off we can be sometimes, you know. And I did it and I was good at it. So that's another thing, is sometimes if we're good at something, it doesn't mean that's our path. I'm going to share little things as I go, as they come to me, that might be helpful to people. So I was a really powerful lawyer. I got exactly the job I wanted. It was extraordinary. First environmental lawyer in New York City, and we were very passionate. And but one day I went to the doctor, and the diagnosis was they thought I had ovarian cancer, and I started to cry, which was not something I did. And I was someone who, up until that moment, I was someone who would have jumped in a cab, gone straight to the hospital and said, get rid of it. That's how I was operating, totally from my left brain. But the tears were something else. And I said, I don't know, I have to go home. And I began, this was totally guided, because I believe our journeys are guided. I did a complete 180-degree turn, and I got involved with all kinds of alternative healing. People started coming to me and teaching me different things. I didn't question any of it. I don't know why that is. I just went with what it was. And 9 months later, I had no cancer. There was nothing. But along that way, a whole other part of myself evolved, and my spiritual life became my central focus. And I knew healing was possible. I knew that we are not who we think we are for the most part. And so then that led to many, many other adventures. But that was the key. That was the key turnaround from the good girl into something else that I didn't know existed. I was someone, if you told me that I would be on a spiritual path, I couldn't have imagined it.
Yeah. Wow. Because I have known you now a couple of years, but this is actually the first time, because I've known you as a healer. And now hearing this journey, what was before. And it's just like one of these stories, like Path of Purpose, how we are moving on our journey when things happen, and they can be parts of the awakening journey.
Yeah.
When we are open and willing to take it that way.
Yeah. And what emerged from that, which is really so amazing, it's almost the opposite of what I was doing, is that I became a channel. And this is going to connect to what I want to say about my chapter in the book and about the book. I became a channel, and the way I approached that was that I was so worthless, that I was so awful, that my prayer was that I would be a faucet, that I would just be this open vessel, that God and Spirit would come through me, and I would get out of the way. That's what I thought was the way to do it.
Yeah.
And it works to a degree, and I was very much healed during this process. But I want to emphasize that from the standpoint of, we start where we are, and sometimes where we are and where we think we are is really miserable. It's really self-hating and self-deprecating, and we're kind of overcome with those beliefs, and we think they're true. I totally thought that was true, that there was the light and there was the dark, and I was the bad girl, I wasn't the good girl, and we have that polarity. So our journey is ultimately a healing journey for ourselves, and through that we heal the world. So wherever we are, it's just so perfect, even though we can feel like it's absolutely not.
Yeah.
So that's what the white hair has to do with.
And it is like discovering the potential that we have. And I love how you kind of have learned on your journey through those experiences, discovering those gifts that you had, that before you had no idea that you had these capacities, because it just wasn't used those times. And I believe everything we can use for our learning, growth, and upliftment for what we go through in life. And then like discovering the true potential. And this is something that you help people with now, since you have gone through your own journey, your own discoveries. And in your opinion, why do so many people struggle with discovering their potential? I know it's a big question.
It brings tears to my eyes and joy, because I think it's really because our potential is infinite. It's magnificent and so beautiful. And I think it's because no one taught us that, first of all. And second of all, that even if they did, or we don't see ourselves in the picture. And so we don't dare to dream. We don't dare to imagine that could be us. Because as humans, we've learned to hide our light under a bushel. We really do. And we think it's safe in there. And so many cultures say, don't be a tall poppy. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
What's with you? Like, what makes you so great? Or you're not doing it good enough. So I think it's our mindset, really, but I don't blame us for that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a wonderful experience the other day with an angel, and it showed me, and this kind of goes along with Abraham Hicks and some of these other things, that the other side of that not knowing is tremendous knowing. It's the opposite. It's the same coin. So the part of us that doesn't know our purpose, or thinks it doesn't know our purpose, and is caught up in what's wrong with me and what's my purpose. The other side of this is this magnificent purpose. It's just right there. It's right there.
Yeah. It truly is. And now if somebody's there watching this interview and like, I want to discover my true potential. Of course, my recommendation, contact Ahulani so he can support you on that journey. But what would be a first step for them that they can take?
First of all, I think the first step is kindness. Just let yourself off the hook. I would almost say get rid of the word purpose. Don't in your head. Your purpose is there. It's emerging all the time. So be kind. Look for things that delight you. That's a clue to your purpose. But don't bring it back to the left brain that says, oh, that must be my purpose. No, let yourself really enjoy that beautiful color or that breeze or that book or those people. And know and trust that if it's joyful, it's your path. That's what I would say. It's your first step. Look for what brings you joy and relaxation. Your purpose that's your purpose.
Yeah, that's exactly what I shared too. So we are very aligned.
Oh, good. Okay. Good.
Discovering the joy, because that will lead you forward. And I know you are sharing so much more into Teach Your Expertise book. So can you give us a little glimpse what people can find from your chapter?
Yeah, I think I've covered some of it in this interview. I think the main thing that I want to say in my chapter and to you that are listening is that I think that so many women particularly are kept from their true value expressing themselves because of what we call the inner critic, those voices within us that stop us. So that's what I address for myself, what stopped me. And also, I'm really an expert in what those voices are, what their real intention is, how we can turn them around, and how we can turn those. Oh, it's hard to believe that those mean voices can be changed into our biggest supporter and most beloved ally. That's what I want people to know, is that which stops you. That voice is not something to get rid of, but it's something to explore and to find how it can be of help. And that sometimes we can do that by ourselves, and sometimes we need support. So get support. I would say get support.
Beautiful.
Dealing with these inner obstacles. Yeah.
That is true. Sometimes we are the ones who are blocking ourselves to move forward on our path. And if you want to get the book, click the link below. And there is also beautiful gifts, a lot of value in the book. And can you share what is your gift that you are giving for the readers?
Yes, my gift is a guide to your inner critic. Did you know you have there's 7 possible inner critics that can stop you? And the affirmations, what they do, how they operate, and what you can do to turn it around. And it's affirmations and awareness that heal this inner critic.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
so valuable. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
so love your chapter as well. So click the
Thank you.
link below and get that book so you can
Thank
read
you.
the whole chapter and get Ahulani's gift. And now we are coming towards the end of our time together here today. And I'd love to ask, you have shared so much wisdom already, but do you have a special message that you would like to share?
Yes, my message is love is all there is. Love, love, love yourself. And really, it's really an awakening to look for the love. Look for the love.
That's beautiful. And I love the energy that
Yeah.
came
Okay.
with that. That's so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you so much, Ahulani, for your time today and all your work. And thank you for watching the Path of Purpose interview show. If you want support on your path, join Lightworkers Who Succeed on Purpose group that is available on Facebook. And I'm sending you so much light and love. Stay well and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye for
Thank you,
now.
Katja. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.